the angel of death, Saga. I've had it coming for years. I couldn't avoid it. It was either him or me. I have been caught dead. I can't escape my fate. Where will this end?
Blake, I've got bad news. The necromancer will die today.
How?
The police will shoot him. Have a drink, man. You need it.
Blake drinks and starts coughing. Not long later, a desperate father with nothing to lose stood on the scene of his son's death, crying, driven insane by the death of his son.
What are you doing here, Dad?
I came to save your life. You are going to be shot by the police here and die.
I'm touched.
Go run, boy, now. They are here listening to us.
The necromancer disappears. The police enter. Mortimer, don't move or you are dead.
I will give up peacefully.
At the police station, he was unmasked and grilled. Why so grim, Mortimer? He was the king of the Grim Reapers. How is Mortimer going? He's not talking, and his mugshot is a hit in the station. That's unethical. You haven't seen it. Oh my God, no, it's him. Mortimer, come with me now. He's dangerous. You may need help. I can defend myself. It's your neck, Sarg. It's you.
I could deny it.
Blake, why are you lying about who you are?
You know why I am.
I didn't know you even cared about him.
I am a father, of course. I care about him. He was going to be murdered by your police. I came to save him or die for him.
You are a coroner. They're your police too, boy.
Not now.
They still are.
You know as well as I do I've been caught dead. I'm nothing but a dead man, and I've been protecting a killer. I'm as bad as him.
I understand that. But why are you usurping the job of the emperor of our people? The dead can't rule our empire, you know that.
I was wondering when you'd ask me that.
Well, we've identified him. You won't believe who he is. I know who he is. You haven't seen Blake without a mask or glasses before. Blake was in a different mask. Did you know about him? Why did he pose as two men, Mortimer and Blue Midnight? I thought they were just friends. Not one man? That's classified information. You don't know either. No, go away. I need to question my nephew. Are the others looking for his son? His son? Which one? He has two. The enchanter. Oh, that one. Why? He's the necromancer. Blake looks sad. He hoped his son would escape them. There was a strange noise in the other room. Simon and Blake pushed past the policeman to investigate it.
Lance?
Get him! That's the necromancer!
Hello, Dad. Sorry I was late.
You bloody lunatic. What are you doing here?
I came to save you, you idiot.
He's not the necromancer. He's the enchanter. He's a friend of the police. You idiot, he's here to save his father, Mortimer. Lance reached out to his father, grabbed his arm and teleported away with him. They're gone. Why did the enchanter steal Mortimer and you call yourself a detective?
Say thank you, Dad.
You psychopath, you don't just stroll into the police station when everyone knows you aren't their friend.
You're welcome, Dad.
Blake frowned at Lance and then hugged him.
It's good to see you're all right.
Someone is waiting for us.
Who?
A portal opened beside them. They walked into it. Yes, me. You?
Why are you here? Are you here to get us back?
No, I organized your escape.
Why?
You are my family. You may not be my leader, but I don't betray family.
I think we are here for a reason which is more than just a family reunion.
As always, you're right, Dad.
Why are we here?
We are here to undo the past.
How?
Simon is going back to warn Lance and you away from the place you are caught, and Lance was going to die so none of this happens.
Will we trust him?
We can but hope. If not, we have all of time to fix it.
The timekeeper pointed at a portal near them. Simon walked into the portal and was gone.
It's dark tonight. I hope we aren't seen.
It's like the old days when we climb in a window and pray not to get caught.
The thief, known as the Chameleon, spoke to his partner, the cat, as they stealthily walked through the garden of their mark.
The room is the third window on the second story.
The cat examined the building.
This should work. I'm surprised people are so careless with security.
The Chameleon tested the strength of a lattice leading up the wall, laughing softly. They climbed up the lattice, carefully avoiding the thorns of the rose that climbed up it as well.
The alarm is off, or it should be, but I'll disable it.
He cut the alarm wire and jimmied the window until it opened. They climbed into the room and looked around.
The safe is behind that painting.
The Chameleon pointed at the only picture in the room.
Okay, who will do the work? You or me?
It's my turn. You did the last job.
The Chameleon walked over to the picture, removed it, and handed it to the cat to put down. He then put his ear to the safe, cracked the lock and opened the door, removing the contents and putting them into a backpack on the cat's back.
Got it. Let's go.
The next day, the police were swarming around the house.
Midnight, what happened here?
A robbery.
I know Midnight. Do we have any idea how it was done and who they were or why they were here?
They were copycats.
Copycats of who?
The cat and the chameleon.
What? They must be old.
Not old, dead. That's why I say copycats.
How do you know they were copycats?
The CCTV caught the robbery. They were young men in their 20s. One was dressed as the cat burglar, the cat. His partner was dressed as the chameleon, the jewel thief and safecracker. My magician's assistant, Max, is the original chameleon's grandson and protege. He should be on the case.
Yes, I'll call him here.
Blake shouted.
Max, we need you.
Out of thin air appeared a disheveled man holding a toothbrush in his PJs.
What do you want, Blake?
Get dressed, Max. You are a mess.
Right.
Max waved his arm and appeared well-groomed in a suit.
What, Blake? Toothbrush.
Max saw he was still holding his toothbrush. It disappeared.
Why did you call me here? I was brushing my teeth.
We need your help on a case.
What sort of case? Murder?
No, robbery. This place was robbed by a ghost from the past. Actually, your past.
What?
The cat and the chameleon.
Can't be. Granddad is dead and so is Uncle Mike.
I know. Someone dressed up as them to rob this place.
Why would they get copycats?
We don't know.
What did they take?
Money, jewelry, and papers.
What papers?
The owner of the house was standing with them.
Business papers.
What were they?
Mostly IOUs. I'm a moneylender.
Max looked at him and felt a sudden disgust. The owner of the house looked like a pen pusher.
Judging already.
Sorry.
From what I've read, he is more of a bureaucrat than you take me for.
Are Granddad and Uncle Mike still in the other world?
Yes.
You two talking in telepathy again?
Oh, I forgot you were there, Uncle C.
Did someone see them?
Blake showed him a video on his work tablet.
What is it, Max?
Max's eyes widened.
I know them.
Who are they?
Maxim and Michael Black.
What the?
Are they related to you?
Yes, but they shouldn't be here.
What do you mean?
I saw photos of Granddad and Uncle Mike in the past. That is them down to the voices.
I just figured out this case.
A dimension away, a man was watching them in a magic pond. He gulped and said,
Oh no.
he was watching them.
Tempest, have you been messing with history again?
Tempest stepped out of a dark, swirling vortex in the room with Blake and the others, nervously.
Who's he? Is he your brother?
No, my meddling son, the Lord of Time, the Timekeeper, Tempest, the man behind this crime.
I see what he did, Blake.
What did he do?
He took the young thieves from the past to rob you.
What? That is impossible.
The homeowner laughed, thinking it was a joke.
Not for him, he lives in the tunnels of time.
I want to meet them.
You'll meet them later.
How? Not in the afterlife. I'll not go there. You know I'm a vampire.
A what? Spoilers, why did you bring them here and turn off the alarm? I wanted to stop a blackmailer.
The sergeant looked at the homeowner, who was trying to look calm.
Who was being blackmailed and how? Mr. Harvey's debtors.
How?
I cannot go there as it will ruin the lives of many people.
Why? They were only IOUs.
Not all of them. He had people watched and got dirt on his clients to extort more money from them. Where are the papers and things taken? Maxim and Michael fenced the things in the past. The papers I burned. There are some things nobody should know.
We have no evidence.
You have me. Are you giving in to the police? No, I was a victim.
You took out a loan from him?
No, he was blackmailing me.
Why?
I killed a man, Mum's killer. He found out and has been blackmailing me since he found out. What did he want from you? For me to get dirt on people, to blackmail people.
Tempest nodded.
I had to get back and destroy the letters I sent him, so I enlisted some friends from the past to take them for me.
The homeowner was thinking he shouldn't have reported the theft.
You're probably right, mate.
Arrest him!
A policeman grabbed Tempest, who looked sorry for what he'd done and didn't fight.
Not him. He's the victim. Arrest Mr. Harvey. He's the criminal.
The policeman released Tempest, and the handcuffs on Tempest's wrists fell off.
He admitted to murder and you arrest me. Why? I know the story. He did it to save a life.
The sergeant looked at Blake knowingly. Blake looked confused.
I know who you are, Mortimer.
Mortimer?
Blake looked like a stunned fish recovering, then dematerialized.
Who is Mortimer?
You'll meet him later.
The sergeant and Max laughed.
Who's he?
He's scared and confused.
Mr. Harvey, being led away, looked back in bewilderment.
Later, when I confronted Sergeant Simon Alexander Drax, he knew nothing of the case or of my accusing him of being Mortimer. He said that at the time he was at the dentist with a sore tooth. I saw you.
It wasn't me.
Then who was it?
I'd ask your son.
You think it was Lance?
No, your other son.
Tempest?
Yes, I think he's playing with you again.
You mean he was you from another time?
Yes, are you masquerading as a dead man?
No, of course not. Do I look like a dead man?
I wouldn't know.
Blake left him nervously as his uncle wondered if Blake was Mortimer.
Later I saw Simon again.
Hello, Mortimer.
Who are you?
You know me, I'm your great-uncle Simon.
From when?
The future, when you come out.
Simon showed Blake his mugshot.
Why are you here?
I have to admit, it was a shock to find out you were Mortimer, but I couldn't see you fall.
So you came here, why?
To prevent your capture. Saving your son Lancelot's life from the police.
You came here to make me not save Lance, did you?
Yes.
I can't do that. We don't see eye to eye sometimes, but I can't let my son die, no matter what he is.
I know I'm proud of you for it.
Then why are you trying to stop me from saving him?
I'm here to save him too.
How?
By warning him and you to avoid the place he is meant to die, and you get caught saving him.
Oh?
Lance materialized beside them.
Hope it's all right. I asked your son to come over too.
It's all right. Which one is he, from now or the future?
Now,
Why did you call me Uncle C?
He is here to save us in the future.
Did Temp send him?
yes, he did.
What is he saving us from?
The police killing the necromancer and Mortimer being caught saving him.
So what's it got to do with us?
He knows who we are?
Who are we?
Mortimer and the necromancer.
This is entrapment.
I have proof.
Show me. He has.
Simon showed him the mugshot.
That's a bad mugshot, Dad. It could be a fake.
It's not.
I love it.
Blake glared at his son.
Ingrate!
Simon expected that reaction.
What do we have to do?
Simon handed them notes.
Keep these secret, even from me. I'm not aware of who you are until I see the mugshot, which won't happen if you do this to the letter.
Thank you.
Seeing a wormhole in time appear, Simon stepped in it and was gone again. The policeman stood, aghast. Was this the man the police thought was the brutal serial killer, the necromancer? The man looked as dangerous as a kitten. Yeah. How is your coffee, Mr. Tyler? John Tyler. It is great. Do you want to be paid back for the coffee? No, it's all part of the service, and it was my pleasure to help. Lance wandered off to visit Dr. Blake Alexander, his father, in the morgue. What game are you playing at? You aren't as nice as you are acting, boy. Why do I have to be playing games? Maybe I've reformed, and I'm not a dead man walking. Necromancer, are you here to visit your victims? No, I'm here to help. I thought you were Fate's avenging angel. Why are you hanging around in a hospital where people are saved? Haven't you noticed my police nanny? Fate hasn't sent me here. I came here of my own accord. Yes. Dr. Death, said Blake's least favorite co-worker at the hospital. Jack Taylor. What do you want, Jack? Blake Alexander, Mortimer, the father of the necromancer. Blake, aka Mortimer, glared at Jack, who was oblivious to what he had done. Jack Taylor. This man wants to talk to you. What do you want to talk to me about? The man was Lance's police nanny. Hi, Charlie. I've got you a coffee. It must be thirsty work watching little old me. Thank you. The policeman, now more than just nervous, he was confused as well. He was unsure whether to drink the coffee or not because it was handed to him by a man he suspected to be a killer. I didn't poison it, or did I? Lancelot, be serious. Lance's memory had replayed this, much of his day as a dream. When he fell into a deeper sleep, Lance Sr. lay in a terrifying state of sleep. He dreamed he was walking around the hospital unseen. He felt the greatest terror in his life. He was walking to a room in the hospital when he recognized the room of the man he was ordered to kill by Fate, his master. He awoke in a cold sweat in a strange state of extreme terror. The next day he visited his mark with his regularly scheduled coffee, only to find an empty bed. He asked his doctor if they had transferred him somewhere else, puzzled. Doctor, oh, don't you know? Mr. Tyler died in his sleep last night. This disturbed Lance greatly. Something seemed terribly wrong. How could he have dreamed of himself visiting the man one night and the next day finding him dead? He wondered if he was having a vision of death like his son, a doomsayer, had many times before. He visited his father and told him about his dream. He was puzzled too. He said it was an odd death, as he could attest as the judge of the dead. The cause of death on the official afterlife obituary he'd seen read killed by death, and the grim reaper who brought him in was the angel of death. Blake and Lance thought it was scary and odd. The angel of death was a myth. They thought they had a rogue reaper killing people. Lance could only agree to hunt it down and stop it before it struck again. Lance had another dream of a similar type, and yes, the person in it died again. He could not find nor see the angel or anything in his dreams which continued to come. They had a haunting feel to them and kept returning to his memory. They became more and more real to him. He confided in his friend Sandy, the Sandman, his son's dream guru. Sandy, I think you were astral traveling. It horrified Lance to find out he was killing people in his sleep. Lance was so scared that he didn't want to sleep. He stayed awake for 3.5 days before he felt himself drop off to sleep. He visited his father the next day to find more people dead at the hands of death. Lance was scared and afraid to tell his father what he knew. All he knew was that he had to confess. It took all his courage. Blake, sitting in his office in the afterlife, puzzling over the death records relating to the Angel of Death. I know who the angel is. Spit it out. Lance could barely speak. He was so terrified. He tried a few times, but nothing came out. Well, are you going to tell me or not? Me? What are you doing, necromancer? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? I wasn't doing anything consciously, but you mean you are murdering people unconsciously? Do you think I'm mad? Yes. What do you expect from me? You've been lying to me. I didn't know I was. How could you not know what you were doing? I was asleep. Sleepwalking. No, astral traveling was what Sandy thought. I thought it was horrible nightmares or visions. Oh, I thought you were messed up, boy. You can't even sleep without killing people. I tried not to sleep. I made it for over 3 days and my wife slipped me a sleeping tablet in my food. You shouldn't stop sleeping. The lack of sleep can kill you, boy. Yeah, and me sleeping kills others. We'll keep an eye on this angel, but we'll have to live with him for now, and for God's sake, you keep sleeping or I'll sick Dante on you. Okay, this was the beginning of the nightmare that was the Angel of Death. In his office in the afterlife, Mortimer, the king of the Grim Reapers, sat in his human form, reading and signing papers. He was listening to the song The Scientist from Coldplay's album A Rush of Blood to the Head on repeat. His idea of chilling out at work, but it was interrupted by his son, the necromancer.
How is the Lord of the Dead?
I am not the lord of anything, Lance.
Why do you have to have that noise on?
Philistine, go away, I'm busy.
Mortimer turned off the music playing on his phone. Lance looked peaked.
Take off the mask, tell me how you really feel, what do you want?
Lance tore off the mask he was wearing as a disguise. He wasn't happy.
What is it with you and paperwork?
I hate it!
You psychopath.
I'm not a psychopath, I hate killing. You are if you think I like it.
Lance, who was the assassin of fate, but the police called him a serial killer.
You do a good job of acting like one.
And you act like a pen pusher.
It's not me, it's Dante, he's a slave driver.
In walked Dante, Mortimer's assistant.
Mortimer, go back to work. Your work is important. Go away, necromancer. Haven't you got somebody to kill?
Lance looked at Mortimer, who looked at him pitifully. Lance stormed off. These were the last words the father and son spoke in this life. The son was soon after murdered by another assassin out of vengeance for a gangland godfather, Lance, who had killed for fate. Lance did not die alone. His killer was found dead with him in the early hours of the morning by a jogger on an early morning run.
Sarg, they found the necromancer.
Where is he?
They took him to the morgue.
Morgue.
He's dead.
Oh, who killed him?
John Steele, he was a hitman. We think it was a gangland hit because the necromancer killed his boss.
How do we know the killer?
We found him dead near the necromancer.
Do we know who the necromancer was?
Yes, it was strange. I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen his face myself.
Well, who was he?
Lance Alexander Sr., the magician, called the enchanter.
Sarg, why are you crying? Lance was my great-grandnephew.
The sergeant disappeared into thin air, reappearing in the morgue where he found the coroner crying over the body of a dead man on the slab.
I thought you'd be upset.
How did you know?
We sent him to you, I hear, Mortimer.
Reynard hugged his grandnephew, who shuddered.
You know who I am? The necromancer was your son, as was Lance. What are you going to do with me? You're a dead man, so you can't be the leader of our people. Yes, you need friends, not enemies now. Thank you, Uncle Ray.
Blake, can I have a word with you?
What you want to say to me, you can say it in front of my Uncle Ray. The Angel of Death is free. He killed the killer of the necromancer.
Angel of Death? What is that? He sounds bad.
I was afraid that might happen. Where is he? He's here. He followed Lance's body here. What?
Who is he?
A dead Reaper's soul.
You don't have souls.
Only one will ever have one. He is the darkest of the Reapers, a loner who knows nothing but death. He was a horrifying killer in life, but in death he's worse. He has no mercy or conscience to stop him. He is said to be the god of death, the ruler of death and the dead. He is higher in rank than even Mortimer.
Was he Lance's soul?
Yes.
What does he want?
Lance, I suppose.
What for?
I don't know.
Can he be stopped?
No.
We should take his body somewhere else. He wouldn't want anything good to happen to Lance.
We can't escape him. Wherever we go, he can go.
A voice coming out of the swirling portal that had just appeared near them. Tempus, he can't travel in time, I think. Enter the portal? Blake picked up his son and walked into the wormhole in time. Dante and Reynard followed him. The moment they were gone, the Angel of Death arrived. He saw the portal disappear.
He's trying to break into here. Why does he want Lance? Who knows? I thought you'd know. I don't. All I know is Lance was meant to die before the Angel awoke. Oh, so the Angel was meant to die with Lance? Yes, I'd rather live with Lance than without him, so I won't take you to kill him, but save him. He may be a pain in the neck, but he's my pain in the neck. I love him and miss him.
Will the Angel get in here? Yes, it's all a matter of time. He has my powers, just like Lance's son, who got his visions from the Angel.
Lance's son saw only visions of doom.
Where should we go? The only way to stop the Angel is to reunite his soul with his body. How do we do that? Go to the past and save his life. Okay, take that door. I'm fighting back the Angel. From coming here, I can't join you.
Tempus pointed at a portal among a billion in the halls of time. They took it and took Lance. They appeared on the street where Lance would die moments later. Lance stood disarmed with his killer's gun to his head.
Don't kill me, please. I beg you. It's what the Angel of Death wants.
Police, let him go, Steele.
Reynard pulled a gun on the killer. The killer panicked. Killer, he is the necromancer.
I don't care. He could be Jack the Ripper. For all I care, he doesn't deserve to be murdered. Him dead is worse than him alive. He murdered my boss.
Lance was looking terrified, not sure who was worse, the police or death. The killer then noticed Blake was holding a dead man. You bring your own bodies with you, do you, copper? Lance recognized himself. He realized where they came from.
Please don't kill me.
The killer cocked the gun and was about to shoot Lance. The killer paused to take a breath.
You are dead.
The Angel in a voice colder than dry ice. He then ripped off the head of the killer. The Angel knocked Lance violently out of the way of the gun, to the surprise and horror of Lance and the others. Lance crawled over to the time travelers. They looked at the Angel nervously. The Angel looked at them, his lips curled into a smile. The others looked worried. The Angel burst into laughter.
Honestly, you should see yourselves. You look like you are looking at the Antichrist. Seriously, you are. I'm not that bad, Dad.
The Angel melting into Lance's form.
That won't fool us. You can't have my son, either one of them. You tore the man's head off. I was defending myself. I knew you'd come here. Why did you want to come here? Look.
The Angel pointed at the dead Lance. He was no longer injured, he groaned.
He's alive.
Blake looked at the Angel, who was melting away into non-existence as the past had changed.
Is he gone? No, I feel him inside me.
Wonder if Tempus is all right.
Can you put me down, Dad?
Not until we get home.
A wormhole appeared out of thin air.
Temp's all right.
Lance, who was thinking Blake was getting too clingy for him. The time travelers entered the portal and they were gone. Lance thought Blake was acting strange, even for him. He must have wanted to keep Lance close to him so he could do some paperwork when they got back home. Lance realized that if he died, that monster would be born of him, and he'd have to be more careful with his life from now on. Lance awakes from a very bad dream, screaming. Lance screaming. Ah! Lance's wife wakes up startled. Lance, are you all right? I saw the Angel kill again. Lance, oh no. Lance's wife hugs him to comfort and calm him. This astral traveling as I sleep is really disturbing. You can't control him. He comes out of you when you sleep. I wish I could skip sleeping. You know you can't. It will kill you not sleeping. I saw the victim was not alone. I saw a man looking at him, shooting at the Angel as I awoke. Lance is working at his desk, looking worried. His boss, Argent Lumiere, arrives unexpectedly. Argent, hello, Lance, for God's sake, go away, Argent. Don't be like that. I can't be seen with you. A man walks up to them, seeing Lance's nerves. You look nervous. This is a first, Lance. Are you planning on doing an article on it? No, nobody would believe it. So, I don't know, maybe an interesting thing to put on the Blake report. You talk about the necromancer so much, it would be something different. Lance's father, Blake, laughs. Blake, what's wrong? Blake notices Argent and looks angry. Blake, leave him alone, Argent. He's my assistant. Blake, is that what you call them? You work for me too, Blake. Stop telling me what to do. Blake glares at Argent and storms off. Another man, Orlando King, walks up to them. Argent, stop harassing my employees. Why is everyone defending this guy? You don't even like your father-in-law. You're making a scene. Do I have to call security? Argent leaves. Thanks for that, Lando. Come with me. Lance follows Orlando to his office. There is a man in there, looking at Lance curiously. Do I know you? No, I've never met you. I could have sworn I saw you recently. This is Jerry Marlowe. He's a rookie reporter. He needs a pro to help do a story on a murder by a killer who we suspect was a magician. Lance Lando, I can't. I'm busy doing the necromancer case. He can and will kill people without you watching. We have a rogue killer magician. I can't. Why can't you help me? Enchanter, you should want to catch a rogue magician. Jerry, Enchanter, are you a magician? Lance, yes. Orlando, you are on the story. It's final. Go do your work now. Lance and Jerry leave reluctantly. Lance wanders into his father's office. Lance, hi Dad. Are you all right? Actually, no. The last night the angel killed a man when I was sleeping. Blake, your soul, the angel, will astral travel again. Yes. Blake, what's wrong? Did you get filmed? Something like that. Blake, oh no, what happened? I saw a witness shoot at the angel before I woke up. Oh no, and he came to Lando with the case. Oh God, no, Lance and Lando put me on the case with the witness. Does he recognize you? Yes, but he's not sure from where. It's all a matter of time till he remembers. Doppelgangers are a pain. Yes, I'm not sure what to do when he remembers my face. You could kill him. You're a killer. No, Lando would ask questions. He draws the line at me killing my co-workers. So do I. I'm more of a dead man walking than you are. Lance walks to the closet where Blake keeps his body when he's in Reaper form. He opens the door. Anyone home? Yes, I'm out here. He's dead for the moment. Something I've always wondered about him is, how doesn't he decay? He's under an enchantment to stay fresh. You know, I don't mind being a villain in your mind. To me, you're a clown. Buzz off, fly. You bother me. Oh, you're no fun. Lance leaves. Lance appears out of thin air near Marlowe, who is scared to death. You. Yes, me, what's wrong with you? You are the man I saw. Stop playing innocent. No. Lance pulls out his magical sword of enchantment from the sword belt he wears. Lance, I am a victim too, but I can't die. He'll be freed. How could you be a victim? I saw you killing my mate. I was asleep when your friend died. It shocked me too. How if you were asleep? You lie. It wasn't me. It was the angel of death. My twin, my soul. He put down the sword, you psychopath. Blake appears nearby. No one has to die. Dr. Alexander. Lance, Dad, I have to kill him. Do I have to pull ranks? The angel inside me outranks you. He's insane. He is. Lancelot, put down the sword and don't move. Lance does what he is told. Lance, stop doing your Jedi mind tricks on me, Dad. Are you a Jedi Knight? No, we are enchanters. Lance looks livid and he can't move. I will fix this without violence. Call the police. He's a killer. I know. What are you doing, Dad? Blake, come here, Marlowe. I need a private word with you. Marlowe walks over to Blake, who whispers something in Marlowe's ear. Marlowe disappears into thin air. What did you do to him, Dad? He knows the truth. He thinks I'm a killer. You are a killer, you psycho. I changed his memory and sent him away. His truth has changed. Not all truths are actually true. Sometimes the stories we tell ourselves in our dreams are hidden truths that live beyond the time when the facts are long dead and forgotten. Anyone can quote Shakespeare, but the man himself and his life lie lost in the shadows of the past, as is your secret.